So hello there and welcome back to another Night to the Movies video. I'm of course Spike Knight, and in these videos I love talking about things, movies and TV and whatever I want whenever I want. And in today's video I am doing the last of my Christmas reviews for 2025 as I talk about the Gavin and Stacey 2008 Christmas special. So let's get into it, shall we? Gavin and Stacey, the Christmas special from 2008. Now this probably won't be much of a review, but I wanted to talk about this episode because I watch this episode of TV, this Christmas special, every single year. At least I have for the past about 10 years or so. Now, I also want to say that I'm a big Gavin and Stacey fan. I haven't really spoken about the show on this channel in the past. I think I've brought it up occasionally when I've talked about British sitcoms on this channel, like when I've talked about The Office. I have occasionally. Have I brought it up? Actually, I don't think I've brought it up before, but I love Gavin and Stacey, and I think it's actually quietly one of the best British comedies to come out of the past decade, or to come out of the past 2 decades, should I say? To come out of Britain since the early 2000s. I think Gavin and Stacey is, I think it's genius. And I wasn't introduced to this show until, I want to say like 10 years ago now, or maybe over 10 years ago. Actually, no, it was more like 15 years ago now that I think about it. Yeah, I wasn't introduced to the show until it had ended, until it had quote-unquote ended, because obviously it came back with 2 specials, one in 2019, one last year. That was the finale to the entire show, but the show, let's say, quote-unquote, ended in 2009 with a 3rd series. And it wasn't until a couple of years after it ended that I actually watched this show for the first time. My family was watching it, and I decided to join in with them, not really knowing what to expect, not expecting much in all honesty, and then kind of falling in love with the show in a way that I didn't expect. And it isn't a long show at all. Gavin and Stacey is only like 3 series long and 6 episodes per series. So compared to some of these other comedy TV shows that people say are the best comedy TV shows of all time and that go on for about 10 seasons, Gavin and Stacey is just not one of them. It went on for 3 series, and again, there's only 6 episodes in 3 series, in all 3 series, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong there, but no, I think I'm right actually. Yes. There's not much Gavin and Stacey, and there's 3 series with 6 episodes in each series, and there are 3 specials now, 3 specials as well as those episodes. So you really don't have that many episodes of Gavin and Stacey. And so when I watched this show for the first time, I kind of burned through it remarkably quickly, and then I rewatched it, and I rewatched it again. I would rewatch all 3 series of Gavin and Stacey again and again and again after the first time I saw it, to the point that I kind of knew it like the back of my hand. Except whenever I would rewatch the show, I would rewatch it on DVD, and I didn't have the DVD to the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, to the first Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, the one I'm talking about in today's video. I didn't have the DVD to this episode. I remember it was around the year like 2015, 2016 when I started to watch stuff on streaming, when I started to use BBC iPlayer a lot. And then I remember seeing that Gavin and Stacey was on BBC iPlayer and seeing that it was on there. This sort of hidden episode of Gavin and Stacey to me, this episode that I remembered watching when I watched the show for the first time the full way through, but that I hadn't seen synced. And I watched the Christmas special when I found it on BBC iPlayer, even though it was like midsummer. I watched the Christmas special for the second time, and I just thought to myself, this is brilliant. This episode has everything you want from a Christmas special. And again, I thought that when I watched it for the second time during the summer. And the thing is, the Christmas after that, the Christmas of 2016, I want to say, I rewatched that episode multiple times, and it's become a yearly tradition for me to rewatch the 2008 Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey. It's become a yearly tradition tradition, to the point that there were some years when I watched the episode multiple times. I'd watch it a couple of times before Christmas, and maybe on like Boxing Day or the 27th, you know, when you're still feeling Christmassy, or maybe even on the 28th, you know, let's go wild. But you get what I'm saying. I watch this Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey every single year, and I think there are five big reasons as to why I do so, and I'm gonna go through those 5 big reasons in today's video. So, reason number 1 as to why I watch this special of a comedy show over many other specials every year. And by the way, I do watch quite a few Christmas specials of TV shows every single year. I do watch quite a few. You know, ever since I rewatched the UK Office for the first time a good couple of years ago now, at least it feels like a good couple of years ago, I've watched it every Christmas since, but I've been watching this special longer than I've been watching the UK Office Christmas special, you know? So that's what I'm talking about in today's video. I love this special to pieces, and here are the 5 reasons that I love it to pieces and why I watch it every year. And by the way, these reasons are in no particular order of importance. So, reason number 5 is that reason number 5 as to why I watch it every year is because it is funny. Honestly, it makes a difference when your Christmas special is funny. Like, I remember watching, I don't know how many Christmas specials Benidorm did, but I remember one of the Benidorm Christmas specials, and Wizard showed up in it as well, singing "I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day," and I love that song, but I just don't remember that episode being any good. I remember it being quite depressing, actually. And you want your Christmas specials, at least from comedy TV shows, to be funny. And the thing about this episode of Gavin and Stacey, the thing about the 2008 Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey, is it is funny. It is hilarious. One of the best scenes in all of Gavin and Stacey is in the 2008 Christmas special, in my opinion, when Gavin and Stacey, our 2 lead characters, announced that they are moving back to Barry, when the entire family, when Stacey and Gavin's family are all together, and when you see all of Gavin's family's reaction, it's just, I think it's absolutely hilarious, with Pam going, "Oh, it's you and the bitches of bloody Eastwick." When Smithy goes, "Oh, travelling back, you know, working from Barry again. Christ, you're going to be knackered coming home." I think that scene is absolutely hilarious. I think there's so many funny moments in the 2008 Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, the episode I'm talking about in today's video. You know, when you see Ness at the start of the episode, and she's doing Santa, but doing it terribly. I mean, there's just so many funny parts to the episode. But, and this is reason number 4 as to why I watch this show every year, there's also some really good emotional moments. And that is another thing that you need from a good Christmas special. You need a balance of good comedy, genuinely funny comedy, and genuinely emotionally moving stuff. And you get that in this episode. You get that when you need to get it. There is that scene that's always got me towards the end of this episode, when you see Gavin and Smithy, who, you know, is Gavin's best friend, when you see them talking about the effects, when you see Smithy asking Gavin, "Why are you moving back to Barry?" and he goes, "I'm doing it for my marriage." And it's a heartbreaking thing, because you see how Smithy's life is beginning to fall apart, especially after just before that, you know, especially as just before that, you saw that Nessa got engaged to Dave Coaches, and you saw the effect that that has on Smithy. And so that scene, I do think, is heartbreaking in all the ways you want from an episode like this. And it does have those moving parts, especially as the episode ends with the song, with everybody singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," which is always a song which has hit me emotionally. I'm not quite sure why, but it just has. So yes, it's emotional, and that's reason number 4 as to why I watch it every year. And also, it's believable. And that sounds like a small thing, but it's such an important thing, and I think it's one of the reasons that Gavin and Stacey works as a whole. Like, I think the genius of Gavin and Stacey is that the writing is so believable. It's such an authentic feeling show. You don't feel like any of the characters are fake. Nothing that happens feels like it wouldn't happen elsewhere. It feels like it wouldn't happen in real life, is what I mean. You know, and I think you really get that from the Christmas special. There's that moment between Bryn and Gwen when they're having a mint Baileys in memory of Stacey's father, Gwen's widow, and so I'm forgetting names off of my head right now, and Bryn's brother, and they have, you know, that's just that moment there where it's like, oh yeah, that's the sort of thing people do at Christmas. And it's just the way these characters talk to each other, the way they interact with each other. Pam going on to Mick about the Christmas cards and why she sends out her Christmas cards early, and she's trying to figure out who the Christmas card that says it's from John is. Who is the John that has said his name in this Christmas card? You know what I mean? Just these things which are so believable, the dialogue, the characters. It just, you totally believe you're watching real people. And you know, sometimes you get Christmas specials where the characters feel like exaggerated versions of the characters you've seen in other episodes of the TV show. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get other Christmas specials where it just doesn't feel real. But one of the reasons I like the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special so much is because the characters feel so believable and so relatable, and you start to relate it to your own Christmas traditions, you know. And I think that's another reason I watch it every year, because I watch it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the kind of stuff I do in my house. It's the kind of stuff that the characters do in this episode. It's the kind of stuff that I do in my house around this time of the year. And reason number 3 as to why I watch this Christmas special every single year is because it's so entertaining. It's so fun to watch. Near from the beginning of this episode, you have Smithy and Gavin over the phone singing Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid, the original version of that song, which is still the best version of that song. But by the way, I still love Do They Know It's Christmas. I know it's a slightly controversial song now, but I still love it. It's a banger, and I love the way it's used in this episode when you see Smithy drive and they sing along to it on the radio, and you see Gavin on the phone, Smithy singing along to it too. And I think that was kind of the birth of carpool karaoke, by the way. You know, the thing that James Corden became famous for when he was doing his talk show in America. Yes, I love that scene, and there are plenty of scenes like it. There's just, throughout the episode, it's entertaining and it's engaging in every way you want it to be. There's something about watching this episode where it's like all this stuff with the turkey as well. That's just entertaining. And was that reason number 3 that I said, or was it reason number 2? I can't remember. I've somehow lost track of the reasons that I am saying in today's video. But let's say that was reason number 2. And reason number 1 is that this episode of Gavin and Stacey feels Christmassy, which is such a big thing for me. When it comes to any Christmas special, when it comes to any Christmas movie, it's got to feel Christmassy. And this episode does. I mean, not only do you have some great Christmas needle drops, some great needle drops of great Christmas songs. I mean, the episode starts with All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey, which I think is overplayed, by the way. I don't think it's quite as good as some people make it out to be. But it starts off with that, and then later in the episode, you hear Christmas rapping. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, by the Waitresses. And then you also hear Do They Know It's Christmas by Chris Rea, which is not Do They Know It's Christmas, sorry, Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea, which is a great Christmas song as Stacey's family all travels up to London for Christmas to see Gavin's family. It's a Christmas episode in every sense of the word, and I don't just mean because it's got Christmas songs in. There's a warm feeling that comes with this episode, and every single year when I watch it, I get those warm feelings, and it makes me feel Christmassy. You know, it makes me feel Christmassy in all the ways I want it to, and that is another reason I watch it every single year. So I've gone through my reasons there. I think I've gone through my reasons. Apologies if I missed, 5 reasons there. So reason number 1 as to why I watch this episode of Gavin and Stacey every single Christmas is I think it's a very funny episode. Reason number 2 is I think it's very moving. Reason number 3 is I think it's very believable. Reason number 4 is I think it's very entertaining. And yes, reason number 1, I think it's Christmassy. I think I said those all in this video today. I don't know. I mean, there's so much going on around this time of the year. I often forget what's going on. But, it's just, those are the reasons that I watch this episode of Gavin and Stacey every single Christmas, why I keep going back to it. It's believable. It's emotionally moving. It balances its emotion with its comedy very well. It's a very funny episode. It's also very entertaining, and God, does it make me feel Christmassy. But at the same time, I also watch the 2019 Gavin and Stacey Christmas special I'm not going to say every year because I didn't watch it last year, but I do watch it. I try to watch it every Christmas, and I do think the 2019 Gavin and Stacey Christmas special is a good Christmas special. I really like it. I mean, I don't really like it. I loved it, in fact. I've actually grown to love it more as the years have gone on since I first saw it. So I do love that one as well, but the 2008 one always holds a soft spot to me. I know that there was another Gavin and Stacey special which came out last year, and Gavin and Stacey the finale, which I watched, which came out on Christmas Day on last year, Christmas Day 2024, and I remember watching it on Christmas Day and loving it. But that is not a Christmas episode. You can watch Gavin and Stacey the finale at any time of the year, and you won't feel odd. You know what I mean? It wouldn't feel unnatural. Whilst I personally think, and this is the thing with me and Christmas movies and Christmas specials in general, if you watch the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special at any other time of the year, either of the Gavin and Stacey Christmas specials at that, it would not feel right. And I feel that is the case when you get to this special, and that's why I watch it every Christmas. That's why I look forward to watching it every Christmas, because whenever I do, it makes the Christmas feel Christmassy. It really feels like Christmas is upon us whenever I watch this special of Gavin and Stacey. So yes, I love the 2019 special as well, but the 2008 one will always hold a special place in my heart. I don't really count the 2024 one, the one that came out last year, because it wasn't really a Christmas special. It just happened to come out of Christmas. It was a fantastic episode, but I just don't think of it as a Christmas episode, you know? But I always think of the 2008 Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey as a Christmas episode, and in all the best ways. And you know, I think it's believable, I think it's emotionally moving, I think it's very funny, I think it's very entertaining, and I think it's a Christmassy episode as well. It makes you feel Christmassy, and that's why I watch it every single Christmas. And that's it for today's video. If you have seen the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, please let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video today, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like and subscribe on this video. I'm looking forward to many more videos coming very soon on this channel. That's it for my Christmas reviews, but I've still got one more video to come out on this channel before Christmas, before the big day, before I stop doing videos for the rest of 2025. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching, as I've already said, and I will see you guys again soon. But bye for now. Bye.